In this problem, we are given the papers of some author. So there is one author, and let's say he has published 5 papers. And then when somebody else does a research in similar area, he or she will use some of the concepts of this paper, and they will cite their paper as reference. So let's say this author has published 5 papers, and first paper was not cited by anyone. Second paper was cited by 3 people. Then let's say third paper was cited by 2. Fourth was cited by 5, and last one was cited by 6 other papers. So this is for the same author, 5 papers. So here 5 numbers means 5 papers, and this denotes the citations. So here we have to calculate H index. So H index means that we have to find some value, let's call it H, such that there are at least H papers which have been cited more than or equal to H times. So for example, in this case, can this H number be, since the number of papers is 5, the H index can be maximum 5. So let's understand it. So can H number be 6? So H index of 6 means that there are at least 6 papers which have been cited 6 times or more. But we see that just one paper has been cited 6 times or more. So this side we will write the index, the candidate for H index. Let's call it HI. And here we will see the count. So this count should be more than this. So HI of 6 is not possible. Then HI of 5, or we will start from this 5 only, not 6. So there are maximum 5 papers. So at max there can be, H index can be maximum 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am writing the indices here, the paper number. So fifth paper, are there 5 papers or more cited more than 5 times? No, we have just 2 papers which are cited 5 or more times. So count is 2. So this is not possible. Count is less. Then we come to here 4. So are there at least 4 papers which have been cited 4 or more times? Again, for 4 the count is 2. Just 5 and 6. Then again we decrement. So we try to find the maximum such value. So if you take the 0, definitely there will be 0 paper which have been cited 0 or more times. But we have to find the maximum. So we can start from the right hand. Then we look, has there been has there been at least 3 papers which have been cited 3 times or more? And we see that there is this paper cited 3 times, then 5 times, 6 times. So we have at least 3 papers which have been cited 3 or more times. So we got equality here. So we will return this one. We will not check lower values since we are interested in the maximum possible value. So this is what we have to calculate. Now the question is, how should we calculate it? So here we ran our eye through this, and we counted that yes, for 3 we have a 3, 5 and 6. But in problem, counting will take O(n) time if we do like this. So every time we pick a candidate and try to find the count of papers which have been cited more than or equal to 5 times, we have to scan through this list, and that will again take O of n. So in worst case, we may have to go all the way more than n or some factor of n, then it will be O of n square. So that's why we will sort it so that we will be able to reduce the time complexity. So let's see. So this is an example. Again, we have 5 papers. So what we will do, instead of counting each time by running through this array, we will sort this. Since it does not matter, the result will not change if you change the order. So whether first paper is cited 3 times and second 0 times, or first 0 times, second 3 times, it does not matter. So 0, 1, 3, 5, 6. Or rather, we will sort it in the reverse order. 6, 5, 3, 1, 0. Both are fine, but for explaining purpose, this should be much easier. So this is the same list of papers with their counts. And let's write the indices. So let's call this paper number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is index, IDX, and this is count, reference count, how many times it has been referred. So when I is 1, we start with smaller values of I. It can be 0 also. We should start from 0. It may be possible that there is no paper that has been ever cited. So you should ideally start from 0. So for 1, this count should be at least 1. So that is, there is at least one paper with a count of more than 1. So this is valid. So this is a valid H index, but we want the maximum possible H index. So we move to next value of I. This is 5. So again count is more than I. So we continue. Again count is equal, but we don't stop. We go to next. Then even if it's equal, then we can stop, since next value can be at max 3, since we have sorted it, and the next index will be more than this. So we can stop here also. So what should be the time complexity here? So we stop here when we become count and index become equal, and we return the value of index, that is 3. And indeed you can see that there are at least 3 papers, this one, and this one, which have been cited more than or equal to 3 times. So what is the time complexity? We used sorting here, so that will take n log n time, and then we are scanning through this sorted list, so that can take at max n time. So overall it will be O of n log n. So it is much better than this n square, where each time for counting we were scanning the whole array. So that we have optimized using sorting, but it can be further optimized. So here we took n log n time to sort this. So just for sorting we can do it in O of n time. And why is it so? So here we have just 5 papers. So no matter what is the count of this, whether the count of this is 6 or 600, H index can be maximum 5, since there is only 5 papers in total. And we are interested in number of papers which have been cited more than the candidate index times, and this can be maximum 5. So any value more than 5 is no good. It's same as 5. So whether this is 600, 6000 or 5, it will be the result of this will be same. So we can trim any value which is more than n to n. So let's say we have this, then it can be reduced to 30515. So max value will be 5. So in general max value can be n, min value can be 0. So there can be at max n plus 1 possible values. So we can keep track of count. We can use counting sort here. So 0 has occurred 1 times. You can see a 0. 1 has occurred 1 times. 2 has not occurred. So it's 0 times. 3 has occurred 1 times. 4 no occurrence. 5 twice. So this means that you can sort it. So 0, if there is a count, then keep it. If the count was 2, we would have written 0 2 times. Next is 1, again 1 time. 2 is not there, 3 is 1 time, 4 is not there, 5 is 2 times. So this way you can do the counting sort. And again, let me write the value of I. So we write in reverse order. So let's say I is 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, and this is count. So count is more than IDX. So we continue. Again count is more. So we go for next value of I. Now count becomes equal. So we can return 3. So in this case we can optimize the sorting to do it in O of n time. And this next step is O of n only. So it can be done in O of n overall. So let's write the code for this first approach. We will just use the ready-made sort function so that our code is simpler. So we need to pass the 2 iterators, begin and end. So this is now sorted in ascending order. If you want in descending order, you can provide std less. So this will sort in descending order. So we are trying to find the H index I equal to 1. We should start from 0. Let's see if it fails. So it's sorted in ascending order. So I equal to 1 corresponds to the last element. So if count becomes less than I, then we break. And return I minus 1. Since for this value of I, the count was less, so this is not a valid H index, but immediately before that is a valid index, so we are subtracting 1 from it. So the answer is correct, so let's submit. And this solution is accepted. So now we can write the same thing in Python, or in Java also you can use the sorting function. So let's first try in Java. So we can sort it using citations dot sort. And the Python solution is also accepted.